hello. Let's jump right into it, get into it, yeah. Buy with a truck, get into it, yeah. Gotta get into it, yeah. No, that's problematic. Anyway, is it problematic? No, I don't think so. Still what you've been up to. Yeah, just quick. What was I talking about? We're gonna do a quick ramble. This weekend was eventful. So my friend came into town Saturday. So on Saturday, we went to a show, like a concert for this band. It was in WeHo, and then we went to Schwartz, and you know who's he who must not be named. Okay, and so we get there, right? We walk in at 11:11. Around 11:13, guess who walks in? Your boy Tom. Okay, Schwartz, the good one. And he was, really, really nice. He sat with us, and had a little convo. He took pictures with us, which was nice. And then he brought us over some shots, which was also cool, and took it with us. So that was really fun. It felt very okay, bitch. It felt very Hollywood. Even though we were in Franklin Village, it felt very Hollywood. So that was a fun night, and then we just kind of went to another bar after that, in a different location. Not going to say where. And after that, we went to my friend's apartment, and then I threw okay, we gotta go home because we had plans the next day. And those plans the next day was our little VP crawl, okay, VPRC or VPC. So we had brunch at Sexy Unique Restaurant. It was my first time actually eating there, and I got the vegan breakfast bowl, which misinformation, false advertisement. It's called a vegan breakfast bowl or something like that, but it was a salad. It was kale and arugula, maybe not kale, but a ton of arugula, and cold quinoa and cold rice and cold sweet potatoes. It was good, but it was if they would have told me it was a salad, I wouldn't have ordered it. And I also got these mashed potatoes that took forever to come out. Luckily they covered it. They covered the tab, not the tab, God, but the potatoes. And then we got a picture of the white sangria and a picture of the rosé lemonade, which both were good, but the sangria was a little bit better. But all in all, the food was pretty good. It was a lot bigger than I thought, and because it was my first time being there, it was kind of weird, to see all of the, I feel I was on set, I was at Sony Pictures or something, or Paramount. I'm oh my god, this is where this happened, and this is where this happened, and this is where this person got called a bitch. I should have went to the back to see where the real tea happens, but yeah. So we couldn't stay that long, which was kind of frustrating because we ordered the 2 pictures, but the service took a little bit longer than we thought, and we had a reservation for Pump at 1, and basically our service reservation was 12:45, and the Pump was 1:15. So we had an hour and a half to so then we went to pump it up, and it actually was their last day. Okay, it was Pump's last day, because it's closing down because they raised the rent to $1 million a year, which is insane. So we went there. It was annoying because they didn't have pictures. I guess it was the last day. They just didn't have pictures. They just went to squeeze the last dime out. And if you've never been before, the drinks there are $18 per drink. So needless to say, a bag was spent. But there, I didn't eat at first because I was full from the pictures and the salad from Sir. But I have been there a couple times, and when I go, I usually get the Beyond. They have a Beyond burger. You can get it vegan style, and so I got that later on in the day and some potatoes. But bitch, let's just skip to the fun, okay? So we're sitting there. They put us at this table, right? Um, it's like toward the back, but it's between the back of the bar and like a side entrance. And the side entrance says like, no customers allowed, no employees allowed, right? So we're sitting there, drinking our waters, minding our biz, or drinking our pump-tinis. No, I had something else. It was delicious though. And so we're sitting there, and I start to see, production come through that entryway that I'm talking about. Like I see somebody come through. He has on an earpiece and a clipboard. He's ready for business. Okay. About 10 minutes later, somebody else comes in with like a little camera, looking ready for business. A small one though. And then about another 10 minutes later, somebody comes in with a bunch of mic packs. Okay. I'm like, okay, bitch, it's going down. It's happening, right? So, our server was, he was really nice, and we were kind of just talking to him and stuff, and he was saying how they're going to come in and start filming between 5:30 and 6. I'm like, okay, thanks for the heads up, because I'm a single father of a dog, and so she was at home, and so it's like I had to leave like WeHo by 8 so I could make it home and let her out. But when he told me that, I'm like, well, shoot, it's like 3 now. I'm like, well, should I just go home? It was like 4. So should I like go home, let her out, and come back so I can stay out? Because we had to go to Tom Tom too. And so that's what I ended up doing. I went home, let her out, and I came all the way back to WeHo, sat my ass down. About 20 minutes later, you see Miss Pink Hat stomping through, her and her man. So everybody gets up to start to crowd their table. And usually I'm not that kind of bitch. But, after a couple of pictures and a couple of drinks, I was that type of bitch. So I got up. I went over to the table, see what was popping. Security was like, because they were letting people say hi. She was saying hi to everybody. And the security was like, of course, I was the cutoff. Like I wasn't able to say hello. So I stood there for like a long time, like just to wait to see. And so, they were recording, obviously. And so after honestly, 20 minutes standing there, it was kind of ridiculous. I finally went back to my seat, or I was ushered back. Production might have said to get out of the way. So I kind of went back to my seat, and then I got up later to go use the bathroom. Every time I got up, somebody new was there. I went there, and then Sheena was there. Okay. Or Lala. Well, I don't know if they came at the same time. They probably did. Lala and or Sheena was there. So I walk by, and it's like, oh my God. So I see, Lauren from Utah. So I give her some, like the finger guns, like a hey, and she waves a little high back. And then I, stand around for a little bit, and then I go to the bathroom, and then I come back. Then I sit back down, have a little bit to drink, a little bit to eat, get back up. Ariana Maddox is now there, and Bob, also known as Katie Maloney. They were there, so they were all, sitting down, chit-chatting. And it was interesting because, the light, you couldn't hear their conversation at all, and it probably, because it was so loud in there maybe, but I couldn't hear a word they were saying, which was crazy. And then they were having a full conversation, so the cameras were on them, and they had lighting and everything. I didn't realize they brought lighting out, so the lighting set up. So I kind of got up, walked around. Later on, my friend said hey to Sheena, and she said hey back to us, which was and then Thomas Schwartz walks in, right? And so at first, everybody's like, oh, nah, nah, nah. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna leave him alone. I already saw him yesterday. But me and my friend, okay, well, let's just go, see if we can say hi. And went to go say hi, and he literally remembered us from the day before. He's like, oh, hey. He was like, he's from Schwartz and Sandy's, or he said SNS or something like that. And I was like, oh my God, yes, that's us. And so then he took a little selfie with us, which was fun and nice. And I said, I can't believe I'm doing all this over, reality TV. But it was fun because the friend that I went with, she's the one who convinced me to watch the show, because we didn't watch it right until all the news broke, which I already told you guys. And so she's the one who convinced me to watch it, and so like the fact that we were together and we had watched all 10 seasons in like a month, it was just like exciting for us. So yeah, I didn't get to say hello to Lisa. Ken I got to talk to a couple times, but you know, me and Ken, we don't really get along. Long story. It's not a long story. There's no history or anything. I just like whenever I see him, I always like try to give him a little high. He's always, you know, minding his business, being old, being Ken. So after a while, I think like 8 or 9. Well, so I will say she gave a speech which I recorded. Maybe I'll throw it in the video. I don't know if that's allowed. Am I Bravo? Can I add that? I took a video for a speech, but I couldn't hear anything. And also I wore like a very like never mind, no comment. So after that we walked out because they started to leave too. So we went to Tom Tom. And then at Tom Tom, Lisa and Ken walked through. And so, and they came, you know, without the cameras and everything. So like, okay, this is my chance, right? So they go in. I'm like, you know what? I got a double hello. Ooh, and revert back to Friday night. Okay, so we're leaving Shorts and Sandy's. So my friend said, let's just get up. Let's just go say goodbye. And so we're saying goodbye, and then I gave him a hug. And then on like our last like bye-bye, I asked for another hug because the first hug just felt so good. It was a very nice hug. So yeah, after Tom she walked in and said, well, let me just go see if I can, you know, go say hello. Like, you know, if she's like entertaining and saying hi to people. But then I couldn't find her. And then it was funny because I was like in there, so I went to the bathroom, came back out because I didn't find her, so I'm like, let me go to the bathroom at least. And then Ken was asking, you know, the staff like where Lisa is, and they were like, I don't know. And so nobody could find Lisa. But you know, she was probably minding her business. I'm sure they got offices and stuff. And then yeah, that kind of was the night. The next day, we didn't really do much. We kind of just recuperated, ordered some Uber Eats, and watched reality TV all day. And then the next day was 4th of July, but my doggy was sick, so I had to stay home with her and try to, you know, bring her back to health. It's a really long story. I only have time. That's what this is for. Basically, her paw it had seemed to be infected, so it was like a whole. I think it started with allergies, and then she kept like gnawing on it and like scratching it and licking it and biting it, and then it got like raw and swollen and infected. It was a whole thing. So I like on the 4th, like I went to Petco. I bought freaking like a cone, like little booties to go over her paws, allergy medicine, some pumpkin like purees for her stomach, and then like some gully sticks and some bully sticks, or gullet sticks and bully sticks, which was $120 damn. And so that seemed to kind of help, like the Benadryl especially, like at least it like knocked her out and calmed her down. And the cone like made her stop looking at it. But then the next day, like I noticed, like she like was, so like on Monday, because Monday night we had like a game night so she was like throwing up and stuff on Monday. So like I can't leave, but if you guys want to hang, we can hang at my place. So like Monday she was like throwing up. Tuesday she like wasn't drinking any water, which was the 4th. So Wednesday, I just like I'm going to take her to the hospital because like I looked at it and it looked infected, and I was like, I don't like, she's not really walking on it, she's not using the bathroom, she's not drinking water, which could be the cone, but I was just like scared, so I took her to the animal hospital yesterday, and honestly it was a lot like quicker than I had anticipated, which was really nice. Like when I called, they said it was like an hour to 2 hour wait, which she said wasn't bad. I said okay, but so I got there, like literally I got there, I checked in, I took her downstairs to like try to use the bathroom, but she didn't go, so I brought her back up. Literally before I could sit down, when I got back, they called my name, or they called her name, was like, yes. And then so they came over and like did like a preliminary exam. And then while the guy, like I think, like he's I think a vet tech or an assistant, or I don't know what I'm so sorry, I don't know what the terminology is, but he was very helpful. Once he was like still doing his thing, they called me to like, or her again, to go into an exam room. So we went to an exam room. They basically had to like take her back and sedate her and like go through her paw and clean it out and make sure there's nothing stuck in there like a foxtail. And then they had to check her nose and her mouth and everything, because I told them she was like having a hard time breathing. And they were like, basically they didn't see anything, so they gave antibiotics, said to keep the cone on, no walks until it starts to look better and feel better, and just kind of keep an eye on it. So I was happy that it was nothing serious, and she's definitely in higher spirits. She's still kind of like, not her normal self, but she like is back to like growling and barking at people outside. And she like hopped off the couch today, which was good. Oh my gosh, she fell off the couch today, it was like half funny, because the way I saw it happen before it happened, and then when I looked at her, she looked fine, so then it was funny. But I was like, oh my god, no. It's not a long fall, but so yeah, it was a very eventful weekend. It started with Schwartzy and ended with the animal hospital, and then today I took a test and ordered some groceries, and now I'm about to cook some dinner. So that was that. I feel like I went down in history at the pump closing, I have to say, and I probably will be on Peacock forever once season 11 airs. I do want to know, because I don't keep up with like filming schedules and all that, so I do want to know like where in the process they are with filming, like if they're like, if they've been doing it, if this is just like a one-off, or if this is just like or if this is like the start of the season. I like this is a good jumping off point. And I feel like they had everybody there at the dinner so they could just kind of talk about, like go down memory lane at pump. So I'm very interested to see how it translates to on camera. Oh, and while we were there, Shorts, he like got behind the bar and started making drinks, which was, if you watch the show, is ironic because he like went to go bartend at Pump for like a day. I think it was like the opening. It might even been the soft opening. I don't know if it was like the soft opening or grand opening, but he went to go bartend there, and like he quit the first day. And so it's like, I think it was probably like a funny like callback, which is why he did it. So I'm sure that'll be on the episode too, or not. Maybe that was something fun in the flesh, but I feel like they recorded it. So yeah, everybody looked really nice. Shorts had on this nice like maroon suit. Lala had on this purple gorgeous gown. Sheena had on this cute pink thing. Ariana had on a cute like white tank top, not tank top, crop top. And I don't remember what she wore on the bottom. And then, Katie. So it was a lovely weekend. My baby's laying here, sleeping. She's off the Benadryl, so she's cozy, comfortable in her skin. Also, we're like close to 75 subscribers, which is like really exciting. So I have to think about something to do for that. I'm like really into astronomy right now, so maybe I'll do a video about like space and astronomy, because I'm like really getting to know some stuff. Okay, and I'm also taking Spanish right now. So maybe I'll do some videos in español. Pero mi español es, más o menos. Pero yo necesito practicar. Would I conjugate that? Practico. I don't think so. Because necesito is already conjugated. Necesito practicar mi español. So, we'll see. Nosotros vemos. I'm sure it's not